Hi everyone, it's Anastasia from Riemer Family Farm here, and I am thrilled for you to be joining me. It's July 2020, and we're here celebrating because we realized that it's our farm's 10-year anniversary, and that's pretty cool. You know, it almost slipped by. It seems like a trivial event despite the current times, but we actually wanted to take the time to stop and really focus in on it because it's this landmark 10 years is not necessarily a celebration of us, but it's a celebration of all of us in the community that we've created. So the story that we're going to share with you about the farm over the last 10 years is a story about hope and change and taking chances and risks and finding success despite the odds. And we know these are trying times for everyone, and that's particularly why we wanted to take the time out of the craziness of summer to really stop and focus in and reflect on some of that story and share it with you and key you in on the wonderful things that are happening in the world despite headlines, despite world craziness. There's some really good things happening, and we're really hopeful and grateful that you are part of our journey. And so please join me, join our family as we take a closer look and celebrate and reflect on the last 10 years of positive change and how we can continue moving forward. So let me know if you have questions, otherwise I'll pass it over to Jen and Bryce. 2020, which is a special year, right? Because you guys have been at this for 10 years now, right?
2020 is a special year for a lot of reasons. I'm sure most people are not associating the uniqueness of 2020
with our 10-year anniversary.
But maybe it's a little silver lining. So it's a little positive news about 2020 is we have made it 10 years, and it went by quickly and slowly at the same time. We've done a lot. It's been a lot of work to get here, and I am really glad and excited that we're able to sit here and look back and say we've been hitting this for 10 years, and we've got a lot done, and we've fed a lot of people, so made a lot of changes. So it's been hard work, but it's been worth it. We're looking forward to seeing what changes in the next 10 years.
So let's dive a little deeper into that. Where were you guys 10 years ago? Can you help paint the picture for our customers? Because most of our customers are new, right? Most of them have not been with you for these 10 years, which is why we're doing this. So help paint the picture of what got you to here.
So 10 years ago this summer, we were literally camping out in a tent in Bryce's parents' backyard. Bryce and I were sleeping in the tent. The girls were sleeping in the house because at the time our big girls were very small, and his folks' house isn't that big. We were living in Crystal Lake, Illinois, just prior to that, coming up on weekends and holidays and whatnot, renovating our old house that took quite a while. And making plans for the farm, and 10 years ago this summer we finally kind of made the break, and in the middle of the last recession sold a house and moved up here and took a lot of risks and a lot of chances that really, credit to Bryce's dad and mom, made it possible for us to come up here and take these risks by renting us the land instead of asking us to buy it, and letting us use all their equipment and really giving us a good start.
And feeding me a lot.
Yes.
Thanks, Mom.
Ate a lot of it.
Love you.
So you guys decided to do this in the middle of the last economic recession. Why did you decide to take such a risk? Farming does not equal big dollars. Why would you sell your house, move from the suburbs, and come back here?
That's a good question. Why would we do that?
Everyone told us we were crazy at the time.
Oh.
Truthfully, yes, people thought we were crazy, but also people were very envious of oh, you're going and living the dream out in the country. And really, we felt drawn back to the farm for a long time before that. It wasn't just summer of 2010, we're out of here. It was years and years of dreaming and thinking about what we wanted to do.
Yeah, it wasn't about, the timing wasn't perfect with the recession, but the timing was right with our family, raising our kids. And our business plan, we were ready to go, and so we just had to, the first couple of years I had to take a job here off the farm, which I wasn't planning on, but because of the economy at the time, I did that. But it was just one of the sacrifices, one of the many that we made to get our dream, keep our dream moving along the path.
And we really saw, we kind of came in on the tail end of the first wave of sustainable organic farmers, and we saw the movement going that direction, and started learning from some of the mothers and fathers of that movement, and really saw that it was heading where we wanted to go, and so we kind of jumped on the train.
So, kind of pivoting from that last point, you mentioned that that's where the movement was going towards the organic and cleaner farming. So can you kind of expand a little bit more on that? Because the farm was raising grain-fed beef to start, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think when we became parents, we clearly wanted the very best for our kids and started investigating food and what food we didn't want to eat, and decided that we wanted to have a hand in creating a great, clean food system. So that was definitely a big part of our motivation to start raising grass-fed proteins. Yeah, we just were passionate about seeing the land being used well, and at the time didn't have all of the understanding of, sequestering carbon and building soil and all of these things, but just knew that animals grazing was the way that we wanted to use this farm and feed our family.
Growing up here, my dad always made the point to me that it starts with soil health, and that was really kind of a focus for my dad, and so that's always stuck with me. And so having the opportunity to steward some soil and maintain and even build soil health has been a calling for me, and it's one of the reasons that we're willing to take these risks is the opportunity to manage land that way. And so all the animals and all the products that we produce are kind of an outcropping of trying to strive for the healthiest soil that we can.
You guys obviously didn't know 10 years ago that there was going to be a global pandemic going on today, but you took the steps in the last 10 years to make it so that the farm is successful and able to provide despite that. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's seen in the last few months how the big global food chain just really isn't that effective in actually getting food to people's tables. Grocery store shelves are empty, and people are price gouging, and we haven't had to do any of that, or haven't wanted to do any of that, and have kind of worked our way into a food chain that actually works, a regional and local food chain, which is exciting. I mean, that's the direction we wanted to go for a long time, but now we've actually seen that played out in that it's been the local mom and pop businesses and the local farms that have actually been able to provide for people during a difficult time.
We've had to be cautious and very patient. Over the last few years, we've had a lot of opportunities that we said no to, and some risks that we didn't take, and we just have to keep moving forward in the same direction day after day. And that's what I think one of the keys to why we were stable enough to make it through some of these challenges. That's part of the trick to running the business, is to just stay focused and keep moving in the same direction, and have that dedication day after day to keep going. And I think that helped us be prepared for changing times.
So where are we going with this in the next couple of weeks?
We're going out on the pastures. We'll take you outside and kind of show you the inside look of the soils and the plants and the animals and the whole thing, and what makes this farm so resilient to have been able to last 10 years. We're going to really kind of give you an inside look at what we've been doing and what we have done, and what has ultimately brought back some really cool things to this farm over the last 10 years.
We also plan to introduce you to a number of our teammates and friends and people that have worked alongside us or with us as consultants and advisors, experts that have helped us along this more unusual path. It's a little bit different than what a lot of farms are doing, and honestly, we had to do it differently to get to this point. So we're very thankful for these great people, and I think you're going to really enjoy hearing from them as well.
So it's been the 10 years of people and changes that have really made it possible for you guys to be here right now, and that's what we're celebrating and looking forward to sharing in the next couple weeks, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Did you make a cake?
That comes at the end of the series.
Oh, hang in there.
Thank you.
Thank you.